In today's video, we're going to talk about the latest rumors going around the Marvel community, the latest leaks, and the latest news. There's a lot of Marvel news that's happened over the last couple of days, so we're going to wrap it up in this video and hopefully explain what is really going on. So, what is good YouTube voice you have you on new right? Make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Kaiju, Monsterverse, Marvel, DC, Marvel, pop culture based content that I try to cover on a daily basis. If you could subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know what are you most anticipating for the future of the MCU. Do you think Deadpool 3 can save it? Are you looking forward to Captain Marvel 2, aka The Marvels? Also, if you could, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. And also, if you could, check us out on Threads, which is Instagram's version of a Twitter-based platform, I guess you could say. And also check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. Right, let's get into this video. So, I've been asked a few times about this, and I didn't want to make a video on it because I already know it's fake news. So you've probably seen a lot of videos going around YouTube, Twitter, etc. People talking about it. Robert Downey Jr. is returning for the 5th time since Endgame, although he's not actually returning. You've definitely seen it because I've been asked multiple times on Instagram about it, and I've had a few YouTube comments that say it. Sadly, Robert Downey Jr. is not returning, but he doesn't need to return because it makes absolutely no sense in the circumstances what people were thinking. So this news came out. Well, it's not news, and it's definitely not breaking because it's not even real. Robert Downey Jr. was reportedly on set of Captain America: Brave New World. No, he wasn't. So what happened is he's filming a TV show where he likes to drive super fast cars, and a lot of people are misconstruing it or coming up with theories that Robert Downey Jr. is going to be in Captain America 4. It's a coincidence at best, but I've seen it going around the internet, so you've probably seen it going around the internet. Robert Downey Jr., do you really think they're going to pay the Robert Downey Jr. money? Do you realize how much money he made to be in Spider-Man Far From Home? How much he made in Endgame? How much he made in Infinity War? Do you realize how expensive it would be to get Robert Downey Jr. to return? Cameo? No. Flashback? No. What would be the point of it? No. If they're trying to build a new franchise around the new Captain America, put in Tony Stark, put in Robert Downey Jr. Some people were even trying to make out he was in the Iron Man costume. It's a multiversal story, cool. But Captain America 4 is not really going to have any multiversal ramifications because it's pretty grounded. It's not really a multiversal story on the same level that Multiverse Madness was. It's definitely not on the same level as Deadpool 3. He's literally doing a show, and Anthony Mackie happens to apparently be starring it. We all seen the LinkedIn post of someone going, yeah, Robert Downey Jr.'s just been on set filming. Do you really think if Robert Downey Jr. was on set filming? I see it went viral, and people were reporting it that it's breaking news. The reason why people believed it was because it appeared on LinkedIn.com, which is a very random place for it to actually happen. Driving fast cars. Do you really think there's going to be a segment of the playboy, of the billionaire, Robert Downey Jr., aka Tony Stark, who's actually dead in the main MCU continuity? Sure, it could be a flashback scene, but flashback scenes don't make sense when it's talking about a person in the MCU who's currently dead. I'm sure Robert Downey Jr. will return in some kind of multiversal capacity where he has a scene with someone like Reed Richards or Doctor Doom, either and/or in Kang's Dynasty, which really wouldn't make much sense, most likely in Secret Wars. But every so often a new story breaks that Robert Downey Jr. is returning, but he is so freaking expensive. Even for like a minute cameo, you're talking so much money because Robert Downey Jr. is loved. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's not happening. So recently, there were some Deadpool leaks that came out, and it's fascinating because even though these were Deadpool leaks, right, leaks as in they're leaks, we have some of the so-called Twitter scoopers trying to claim exclusivity, confirming information that was on a plot leak over a week ago on Reddit. Behave yourself. So, my time to shine. Confirm something that didn't need confirming because it come from a plot leak. Or is that the source? So this was said, and I'll show you what actually was said. I can confirm no Cable in Deadpool 3, but his time machine will play a pivotal role. Cool story, bro. And then you actually go to the plot leak that was posted a week beforehand. The movie will start with a montage of Deadpool using Cable's time-traveling device to fix timelines by fixing goofy Marvel events. Why are you confirming stuff that's already been confirmed on a literal plot leak? No one needs to confirm stuff from plot leaks. You ain't that person. Just not that person. And then My Time to Shine said this. Patrick Stewart and Ian McKenna are both in Deadpool 3. And yet again, it's literally here. When visiting the universe, it will reveal that Magneto from this universe is played by Ian McKenna. Why I want to be Twitter scoopers, confirming stuff that's already been confirmed in literal plot leaks. I do find this fascinating. So also in the news, this post is going around Twitter, which is interesting because if you've read the plot leak, it basically insinuates that a lot of the movie is going to take place in the 838. So it wasn't really needed to be said, although I do give Alex Perez props here. So this is the information here. Following the events of Multiverse Madness, Earth 838 Iron Man, the unseen member of the Illuminati, will have a bone to pick with Doctor Strange and Wanda. Okay, it's highly prominently said that Wanda is either in the movie or she isn't. We don't know. It would make sense if she was in it. But my guess would be they are talking about 838's Iron Man because he was not in Multiverse Madness. And it was rumored that Tom Cruise was supposed to be playing an evil version of Iron Man. Although I think a really good plot twist would be get Robert Downey Jr. to also play an evil version of Iron Man. So then you can bring him back without ruining the I am Iron Man, God tier, GOAT, I am the greatest of all time, legendary superhero moment. This will serve as a central conflict in an up-and-coming incursion between Earth 616 and 838. Now, this does make a lot of sense because at the end of Doctor Strange 2, we had Clea come open what looks like a portal to the dark dimension, the same backdrop, the same green screen, if you like, that Dormammu was in. And the reason I mention the incursion parts here, although it says it on the post, is we know at the end of the Marvels, from the first plot leak, that movie will feature incursions. So in Doctor Strange 2, incursions are coming, Stephen, come with me. And now we've had it confirmed that Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be working on something with Marvel next year. We can't presume that it's going to be Doctor Strange 3, could be Kang's Dynasty, could be literally anything. But this is cool because it's like, yo, Earth 838 Iron Man, the unseen member of the Illuminati, will have a bone to pick with Doctor Strange and Wanda. Now, we don't know if Wanda will be in this movie. Elizabeth Olsen returning as a mutant multiverse variant from the X-Men universe. After Deadpool 3, Doctor Strange 2, Star wants to figure out the whole mutant thing because she hasn't really done the whole mutant thing. So in a recent interview, she said this when asked, is Elizabeth Olsen returning as an X-Men variant from another universe? Paraphrasing. I just really want to figure out the whole mutant thing. None of us can do anything about it. We can't do anything about it. We're not X-Men, but I would just love to explore about that so much. Or some variants of that. And one of the plot leaks for Deadpool 3 did say that they were doing the House of M storyline, but would they do the House of M storyline without Wanda being there? I don't know. So in a recent episode of Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, Elizabeth Olsen opened up about her experience at Marvel Studios, and she said this. Let's say you're like, this was the most fun I've ever had. I love this character so much. I want to do it again. You now have more creative control for the next one. So whenever she does reappear, she's going to have a little bit more creative control because we all want that Darkhold storyline with Kafon. There is they need to go dark. There's so many places, so many ways they can go with that storyline if they bring Wanda back. So most people are presuming this means there will be a brand new Illuminati differently to the one we've already seen. So I guess you could guess who it's going to be to seek revenge, I guess, for killing most of the members of the Illuminati off, except for Baron Mordo. So you could say that it would be bittersweet, I guess, if we could get Susie Storm, played by Emily Blunt, ironically married to John Krasinski. That would be cool. I mean, I'm spitballing here. I have no idea what members it could be. Could be like a Jean Grey, could be like a Steve Rogers, could be like a Nick Fury, Mordo, we could put them there, Medusa. There's so many different people it could actually be in this new Illuminati team, if you like, if you want to go down that way. But it is making the future of the multiversal saga of the MCU seem much more appealing. And what is the most interesting thing is, although we've heard about the X-Men versus the Avengers, we don't really know who the overall villain is for Deadpool 3, do we? No. We know obviously there's going to be multiple Magnetos, etc., but we don't actually know who the villain is of the movie. That's not really being confirmed at all. Pretty interesting seeing as we've basically got a full plot leak. Now, what also came out recently, which was interesting, was the fact that it's been teased that Electro is returning. But again, My Time to Shine is trying to take credit, but a trade came out before that account. It wasn't, I was never planned to fully reveal it. I just wanted to tease Electro was in it. I had no idea the trades were about to break it, or I would have just said something a lot sooner. Yeah, I'm not buying that, because either and or at the exact same time, a trade came out with the headline, Jennifer Garner returning as Elektra for Deadpool 3 exclusive. The actress worked with star Ryan Reynolds and director Sean Levy in The Adam Project, which was interesting. So it doesn't actually go on to say much, and there's no point realistically spitballing. Garner first appeared in Marvel Assassin. In the 20th Century Fox Daredevil, the 2003 featured the star Ben Affleck as the man without fear. While the film was not a hit, it did spawn a spin-off with Garner top-lining solo as Elektra 2 years later. Her involvement in Deadpool 3 hints at some sort of multiversal angle to the film that has long been rumored, and it is possible other characters from the Marvel films made by Fox could pop up, but this being Deadpool, one can't rule out some meta self-awareness either. And it's also been rumored that Ben Affleck, Daredevil, was on set, although I've had it on good records. That's not really what happened, but it is what it is. Also interesting that Jennifer Gardner, or Jenny Gardner, has a son and with Ben Affleck. So that would be interesting if they met up on set. That would be, I guess, that would be a reunion and a half. They were married at one point, so that would be interesting. But it seems to me that every rumor for Multiverse Madness, because Ben Affleck was going to be in Multiverse Madness as well, but that didn't happen, even though they literally did reshoots a month before that movie came out. It would be cool to see Batfleck don the Daredevil look again. It'd be awesome to see Elektra in Deadpool 3. Which is confirmed, apparently, according to the Hollywood Reporter, which is a trade, and you can't actually trust trades, but it's interesting that Elektra's going to be in there, which basically confirms the multiversal angle. But if you do look at the most recent Deadpool 3 images that came out that were leaked, but they're not really leaked, we do see what appears to be some TVA agents, which, again, would confirm a plot leak that goes back over a year ago. The rumoured original Fantastic Four cast have previously been rumoured, including the Human Torch, including Chris Evans, rumouredly will be in the movie as well. It's starting to sound like a pretty badass movie. Deadpool 3, this is going back a few days ago, July the 7th. Deadpool 3 is expected to partially take place in New York City, with a set already being built for it in London. The crew moved to New York City set once the forest scene is complete. And if you do look at the image from the forest scene, it does somewhat look reminiscent of the TVA chase scene that we seen at the start of Loki Season 1 when they were chasing him, which would imply that the leaks are real. But let's be honest, guys, we know these leaks are coming. We know where they're coming from, so we know that they're true. So Ryan Reynolds will spot shooting a scene involving a car crash in the middle of the woods on set. This is likely the same scene where we see multiple TVA agents chasing Deadpool. Does look pretty cool. We also got a new look at the new suit, which is getting a lot of hate online. It looks more comic book accurate, to be honest. But we don't really need comic book accurate stuff in these comic book movies, do we? No, because like I keep saying, and this gets a lot of hate when I say it, the box office is carried by the general audience. The general audience does not know if Deadpool, if Superman, if Batman, if Iron Man, they don't even know what universe they're in. And if this next rumor is true, Channing Tatum, my boy, reportedly doing a cameo for Gambit in Deadpool 3, I really hope that's true for him, because he's tried to get that movie running so many times. But there's so many rumors back and forth of what's true, what not true. Rumors that Wanda Maxima from Earth 838 is reportedly set to make her return in Deadpool 3. And then it's like people come out with this stuff, then they debunk their own stuff. So it's just going to be fascinating to see what is true and what isn't true. I think it's quite obvious what they're doing with Deadpool 3. They're going to use it to finesse us to bring the X-Men over from the Fox universe so they can use them characters, because they're not going to introduce their own X-Men characters until we get the Mutant Verse, the Mutant Saga, which will take place after Secret Wars. We've done a video on that. So it looks like they're going to finesse us. There's rumors going back over a year ago that Kevin Feige's monster plan, now they've got the rights to the Fox characters, is to use the Fox characters and then at some point introduce their own version of Wolverine, their own version of Magneto, etc. at a later date. So it looks like they will use, potentially, it'll be a multiversal storyline. I guess it all depends what happens in Deadpool 3. If they don't somehow get the Fox characters to come over to the MCU, they would just use some variants of the characters from the multiverse. Kind of like Loki is a variant of our Loki. He's not the original Loki. The original Loki got his neck snapped, not by Superman, that was odd. Got his neck snapped by Thanos, played by Josh Brolin. But what is also interesting, I know I shift between topics quite fast, is My Time to Shine came out and said that Josh Brolin would be returning, but then the new report suggests that Josh Brolin Cable isn't returning for this movie, but then My Time to Shine said something pretty darn interesting because someone went at this account saying, a year ago, you said Josh Brolin would return as Cable and Thanos. And for once, this account actually addressed something, but kind of fired back. I said he was coming back as Cable, and that is still the plan. I never said it's for Deadpool 3. So basically just guessing, and your guess was wrong. But to be honest, it's not hard to work out that either Cable or Thanos, played by Josh Brolin, will probably return for Secret Wars because, let's be honest, every single Marvel character that is still alive, and I mean alive in the MCU, is going to return for that movie. Even if they aren't alive, there's a multiverse. I mean, Electro's returning. Apparently Daredevil, Affleck's returning. So literally anybody is going to return for Secret Wars. So just be careful when you believe these scoopers because a lot of the stuff they say, it just turns out to be random stuff. But it is cool when they address what they're saying. Not many of them actually do that. So I think it's quite clear to see how Kevin Feige is going to use the Fox X-Men temporarily until after Secret Wars. And I think it's quite cool how Deadpool 3 could be a freaking game changer. Wolverine will wear the classic yellow and blue suit in Deadpool 3, mask included. It's a cool story, bro. To be honest, I don't really think Logan needs to have a mask. I mean, it'd be cool to see him wear the classic yellow costume, but Logan died in Logan. So we don't really need it, but there's a bunch of fan art going around of what potentially he could look like. I'll throw it up now if I remember. But yeah, it's a cool time. Cool time to be a Marvel fan. We've got Loki Season 2 coming out late this year. We've got the Marvels coming out later this year, which will maybe show us Kang again and the Incursions at the end of the movie. We've allegedly got Captain Marvel 4 coming out next year, although I don't think they're going to hit the mandate. And also Deadpool 3 coming out next year. And I don't think they're going to hit the mandate either. But it's a cool time to be a Marvel fan. It really is. And then Echo's coming out at some point, but I don't know if there's much interest for that. So like always, guys, instead of doing a short 3-minute video, I like to do a little bit longer videos and cover loads of stuff. So we've gone over all the Marvel information, leaks, rumors, news that's dropped over the last few days, including the weekend. So let me know what you think down below, guys. Check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, threads at Warstu. And I will catch you in another video very soon, guys. Catch you later.